Okay, so we're going to show you how to use the two key pass method. So first of all, what you need the two key password book and the two key pass backup book, a pencil and a pen and a scrap of paper, and obviously your memories. And what we do is what I was going to say, it's best to do is write it in pencil first. Yeah, so this is just like any other password book basically. So you know, you got your website here, or you put your website in, or whatever it is you want to log into, and you just put your username there, whatever it is. I normally just write mobile or the first few letters of an email, and then put like an asterisk sign. So when I say mobile, I normally don't put the actual numbers, I just write mobile. So that means like if you lose the book, nobody's knows your username, you just know that it's a mobile. Yeah, so that's it basically. So it's just like the same as any other password book in that regard. The real secret sauce of it basically is when we come to the rest of it, which we'll go through now. And then question one, I've got to pick a question for this. So what I do in the book, there's questions here. So you pick a question. So for example, it might say, where did you have great ice cream? Where did you have a great breakfast? Where did you have an expensive breakfast? A clever person you know. So all these questions, it's not where you had your best ice cream, it's where you had a good ice cream. So that means you could basically use the same question multiple times, because you might have had great ice cream at a number of places. So you go through and you pick a question. So there's quite a lot of questions here for you to choose from, as you can see. So the question I'm going to choose is where I had great coffee. So where I had a great coffee, where I had great coffee, because I do like coffee. Okay. And then what you do, you pick a name prompt. So a name prompt is it's the name of something. So it's like the name of a street where I had the coffee. It might be the name of a business where I had the coffee. It might be the forename of the person who served me the coffee. It might be the surname of the person who served me a coffee. So basically, there's name prompts here. So it could be the first person of name me who served me the coffee, the surname of the person who served me the coffee, the business name. So I'll pick one that's appropriate to the question where I had great coffee. So the one that I'm going to go for is the town stroke village stroke city where I had the coffee. I normally stick to town and village rather than cities, because there's less cities in the world than there is towns and villages. So my name prompt is town stroke village name. And then I put some hints. So basically, this place where I had the great coffee, I've got to give hints that point me in the direction to where I had the great coffee, like the memory. So so where I had great coffee, and the name prompt is town village name. So I'm looking for a town name or a village name in my memory where I had that great coffee, and I narrow it down because I've had coffee at a lot of nice places. So I narrow it down by giving specific hints. So the specific hints are female medical students. And that particular memory, if you say that, I know straight away where I had the coffee, because there was like a little bit of a funny thing that happened where there was like some female medical students in the cafe or the house or wherever it was that was having the coffee. So I put female medical students. So that's my first hint. I could put more hints there if I needed them, but if someone said to me, great coffee, female medical students, I've got the town or village name straight away. I know what they're talking about. Sorry, not if somebody's talking about it. Sorry, if I read this, I know straight away what my password is. Right, so second one is the question that I picked on the list of questions was a hard working person. A hard working person. So put question mark. Actually, I put question mark here, but I don't need to put a question mark there. I don't know why I did that. So this is a hard working person. So the name prompt I'll use is the surname. So there's loads of name prompts here, so I'll pick the surname. So it's surname as my name prompt. And then for the question hint, so I've got to think of a hard-working person and the surname and something that associates with that hard-working person. So wonky parking, because they're very bad at parking even though they're hard-working. So I'll put wonky parking. Now, so if I read these questions and name prompts and hints, I'll come up with 2 words, and these are my name words that'll go here in the password place. But I don't write them down; these are in my memory. So basically, I've got it's complete the password unlocking page. So basically, all I need to do now is to put some pins in between these words. So, and you should try and make them sort of random as you can. So you can use uppercase, lowercase letters, digits and symbols. The only thing is, if you read these instructions here underneath, it gives you clues, not give you clues, it gives you instructions of when you write the words in basically, and when you're creating pins. So you should have at least one 4 character pin in your password. So we'll write the passwords down. So it should be random. So this is a random pin I created earlier that I'm going to use. So it's L37 and this one here between the words, that's going to be you don't have to remember these are going to be written permanently in your password book. That's a little star sign. That's an and sign. A bit crap at drawing that. And 65. Okay, so basically I've got my password now, so I'll just write it down on a scrap of paper. So if I read it back, where had great coffee, town, village name, female medical student. So I'm looking for a town name and a memory that's related to female medical students when I was having a coffee. So that word is York. So the first letter in the word is always capital, so it's York. And then the second is a hard-working person, and the surname, and it's the surname. So a hard-working person, I know, and I'm looking for the surname, and I associate Wonky Parking with him. So that's Joyce. Someone called Joyce. And then the password, the pins are L37 bracket capital R1 star that and sign, whatever it's called, and 65. Now on here the password has got to be 20 characters long, so I checked that the password is 20 characters long. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. Yeah, so I got my password there. So basically I've got to say to myself, if I read these questions and name prompts, would I remember them? And 100% I would do, because it was years ago when I had this coffee in York, and I distinctly remember that. And the hard-working person, I've known for quite a while, and I always associate Wonky Parking with them, so I'm not going to forget it. The only things that I would forget are these things here, the pins, but they're written in the book, so I don't have to worry about that. So it's only the name words that are already in my memory that I've got to recall. So under this password, these are little hints, well, instructions or rules that you should follow in order to get it right every time. There is samples in the book that explain you through it, through the whole, there's 4 samples here in the book that guide you through the rules for making the password. There's only 4 of them, so it won't take long to read. So we'll just go through them basically. Rules are: capitalise only the first letter of each word. So here we've got York, so I've capitalised the first letter of each word. All the rest are lowercase. Use only the first word except the of name words. So that's basically, if I use something like my favourite building and it was the Science Museum, I'd drop the and I'd just use science. Ignore titles. So for example, if this hard-working person was a doctor, if Joyce was a doctor, I'd drop the doctor, I'd just have Joyce. Use consistent spellings, that's obvious why you should do that. Include any punctuation in the word. So basically, if the coffee that I had and I used business name as the name prompt, and it was something called Vicky's Coffee Bar, I'd use the word Vicky's and I'd use the apostrophe for the S when I'm writing Vicky's. Ensure the minimum of at least 1 4-character pin. So basically, one of your pins must be 4 characters in length. Yeah. Avoid letters in pins being next to words. Separate the words with a pin, symbol, or a number. So basically, what it's saying is you shouldn't have, in your pin, you shouldn't have a letter next to a word, basically. And the reason for this is just so it's easy to read. So you can have uppercase and lowercase letters in it, just as long as they're not next to letters in a word. Right, complete the password backup and test recall. So you should complete the password backup. Complete the password backup page, which we'll come to in a minute, and differentiate between the letter O and 0 or 0. So basically, so there's no confusion when you're writing the pins in, that you don't get mixed up between the letter O and 0.